participants, today's guest, Mr. Harish Shivaji, Mahindra sir, and all the coordinators from various colleges. On behalf of Dharampeth MPDO Memorial Science College, in collaboration with Shivaji Science College, Hislop College, SFS College, and Department of Electronics and Computer Science, RTMNU campus, I, Dr. Mrs. Snehal Narade, working as Head Department of Computer Science, welcomes you in today's Talent Development Program. The Talent Development Program aims to develop and spur the outstanding students to strive for the excellence and achieve the greater success, particularly in becoming trailblazers. Talent Development Program supports succession planning, ensure career development for students, and increase the employability. In today's our talent development program, this involves the different steps like briefing the students, then screening, training, hands-on experience, evaluation, internship, and full-time role. Now, before start to our actual talent development program, now I would like to introduce our today's guest, Mr. Harish Taori sir. He has completed his BSc Engineering from National Institute of Technology, Jamshedpur, and MBA from Booth School of Business, the University of Chicago. I am very much happy to share you. Our today's guest, Mr. Harish Taori sir, is alumni of Dharampeth Science College. He is a serial entrepreneur for Homzhub, Think Kuwait, and Zen Insights. He has a global experience in incubating business, deal structuring negotiation, fundraising business, model innovation, stakeholders management, strategy, corporate startup advisory engagement delivery. Adapt leadership demonstrated through setting up business and team grounds up. He proven the track record of startup due diligence, growing business in APAC and USA, building and managing high performance multicultural teams involving senior executives and advising senior leaders on the range of complex business issues. He has expertise in industry analysis, strategic planning, building and evaluation of business market and financial model. Welcome you, sir, Harish Taori, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. Harish Taori, sir, to address the gathering as well as to address the participant for today's talent development program. Over to you, sir. I think, sir, you are, please unmute yourself.
Okay, thank you very much. Thanks a lot for a fantastic introduction. I highly appreciate Snehal, madam. So first of all, I would like to thank all the faculty members, right? Dr. Snehal madam, Dr. Mamta madam, Dr. Dilip sir, Dr. Pooja madam, and Dr. Shweta madam. Thank you so much for working hard to make this event happen. I highly appreciate all your efforts and collaboration that we have put in order to have this event going today. So with that, I would also like to thank all the students who have joined and showed their interest in understanding more about the talent development program and how it will affect you. So given it is a weekend and it's a holiday for most of you, we'd like to keep it short and we'll close everything in 1 hour and make your time worthy spending with us. So let me start with my introduction. I'm a founder and CEO of Homzhub. And along with me is my colleague Manindra Tiwari, who heads technology and products. So I'll request Manindra to actually give his introduction. So over to you, Manindra.
Thanks, Harish. Thanks, and thank you, Snehal ma'am, and good afternoon, everyone. About me, I graduated from IIT Roorkee in 1997. So over 24 years of experience in IT industry, almost 25 years, over 2 decades. I was heading prior to my entrepreneurship journey, I was heading the technology excellence group of Tata Consultancy Services, having worked across globe, mostly in US and Europe. I was heading the Tata Consultancy Services Development Center in Budapest for all the non-GE projects, all GE projects, and all for all European customers. So half of my career staying abroad. I left TCS in 2015, and since then in the entrepreneurship journey, I joined Harish. Harish and I have been knowing each other for over 2 decades. We worked together in US in our past lives very closely. And then when Harish started his Homzhub journey, that was the time we again joined hand to make sure that the product and technology that we are building for Homzhub is as per the standards that meets the global quality standards. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, back to you, Harish.
Thank you, Manindra. So guys, he is the guy. He is like very well sought after guy in TCS, and anything related to any kind of a technology, he's a man to go for us. Fantastic, is a tech guru. So thanks, Manindra. So give you a bit of my introduction, which Snehal madam pretty much covered everything. So I'll keep it very short for you. I started my journey from Nagpur, moved to Jamshedpur, then moved to Mumbai, joining TCS. Meanwhile, I did some odd jobs as well before joining TCS, moved to US, came back from US and started a global consulting practice, which is like multi-billion-dollar practice in TCS now. I was a part of enterprise architecture and IT strategy. Then moved from actual IT work to doing consulting with IDC. I'm not sure how many of you know Gartner, IDC, Forresters. These are the top 3 leading analyst firms in technology space. So I used to manage the Asia Pacific business from the consulting side and work with the likes of Google's, HP's, and IBM's with their CXOs on their strategy. During that time, I also developed my bug for startups. I've started doing mentoring. I was also part of a Singapore government's roadmap for creating how the technology will evolve in Singapore. I did my MBA from Chicago booth and joined that's where my brain opened up and joined a small company to test out whether entrepreneurship is for me or not. The company got sold within 18 months after we joined, and then I became jobless. So basically we started a venture capital fund after that. ThinkUit is a very well-established fund now based out of Singapore. We have invested in 15 plus startups. But along with investment, I did talking for most of my life, right? Consulting is all about talking. So I wanted to do something hands-on and started building Zen Insights, which was a mostly analytics and data science firm. And then after that, I shut down Zen Insights in about a year and moved to real estate consulting. So not consulting, establishing or creating a technology platform for real estate. So that is my journey so far, and which is where I am. As I look back in my life, a lot of things have shaped my entrepreneurship career. So this is the current structure, what we have in Homzhub right now. We have a real estate arm where we have 2 technology products, Property Manager app and Field Force app. And then we have a product services engineering, which is basically working with other startups and other large companies to help them with the product development. We have made tons of mistakes, right? When you start an entrepreneur journey, you move from a corporate world to an entrepreneurship world. There are 2 different worlds. You end up doing a lot of mistakes. So we don't want other corporates or other startups to do the similar mistake. So we are helping them with the product development and the talent development, which we ran a pilot program for last couple of months. Now we are doing it scale in collaboration with all the academic institutions in Nagpur. So this exactly is where we are, and this program is for that. So this is the vision of Homzhub when we started, right? This is exactly what we wanted to build. This is how we look in future how Homzhub will do, what is this platform is going to do. So we will talk about the product, what we have created, and we go on a technology, and we'll talk about some of the technology trends that are shaping the world. So you get a better bit of an understanding, all of you, on how the technologies are getting integrated and how the businesses and the industries are getting disrupted. So on the left hand side, right, I mean, on product left hand side, you see industries. There's a congregation, or there's a convergence of 3 industries which are happening. So guys, if I'm going bit fast, just let me know. I will adjust my pace. So the convergence is with real estate, finance, and insurance. We conceptualized Homzhub to provide mortgages through our marketplaces, insurance through our marketplaces, as well as support non-residential investors, people who are not in the same city, to manage their property portfolio from our platform. So that is the industry convergence that is happening, and that brings the meaning to the fire tech vision to life, right? And on the right side, you see the kind of technologies we intend to use and we are currently using, right? So we are currently using all open API integration. We are using a bit of API for predicting, but in future, and decision sciences, right? Big data and all. A majority of my career has gone in playing with data. So that's what we understand very well, right? And we intend to use blockchain for the smart contracts and IoT to do the remote access management and so on and so forth. There's a long-term vision of the product. This is how the product will evolve over the period of time. So what we are trying to do, we are trying to disrupt the world's largest asset class through digitization. That's the goal with which we started Homzhub. But underlying this, the core is data. Everything is about data. I don't know how many of you heard that data is new oil. So if you look at it, it's the data that plays the role. It gives the very personalized services to you. It enables you to actually maximize your portfolio yield and invest your money in different places where you can maximize your wealth. So that is the intent and the vision with which Homzhub was created. So where are we in this journey? We have launched the technology platform for investors. The other side of it, which is called Homzhub Property Manager app. It is all already on App Store and Google Store. We also have a web version of it. It is an AI/ML enabled platform. It is a multilingual and multi-tenancy SaaS platform. So that is the first version. We call it MVP version, which is what some of you may be familiar with the startup lingo. This is the MVP version of our product. It's a first of its kind. We have global users of 10 plus countries who are using the platform. Finance and everything is enabled through the platform. The entire journey of discovery to disposal can be done on the platform. So that is a goal. Discovery to disposal is finding the property, managing the tenant, managing the transactions, managing all the rentals and everything. And any issues related to your properties and maintenance and stuff can be done through this platform. So that is the first version. The tools and the technologies that we used here are some of these, right? Python is what we used, Django REST framework, we used React, Postgres, GUnicorn and things like that. Manindra, you want to take a stab at it? You want to add something here?
Yeah, Harish. So right now what we are talking about is the Homzhub platform, the technology that is used to build the Homzhub platform. And why it should be of interest to you is because these are the technologies on which not only today Homzhub platform is there, but even though most of the things are going to use for the considerable amount of future in the digital world going forward, like React, the most of the things with mobile apps and everything coming in picture, React.js or the React Native framework or the Angular, these things are the things of the future which you need to focus. Means you will be, once you are associated with this program, these are the technology stack that on which you will be trained, groomed, made expert, because the advanced version of these things will be taught to you during this program. So currently we are talking about only the technologies which are used on the Homzhub platform. Like for database, we are using PostgreSQL, but this is not just the only SQL. For Postgres and PostGIS, along with that, we are also working on Elasticsearch. We are also working on MongoDB. A lot of these technologies that are coming, and these are the technologies of the future on which tomorrow's machine learning and AI is going to be built on. So all this Docker and for the continuous integration, Jenkins, different kind of servers like Unicorn on NG, INX, Node.js, these are the different servers, and the Firebase, which is used primarily for all kind of integration between the different platforms like mobile app and your backend servers, etc. AWS is a very known platform for cloud hosting. So Amazon S3, all these technologies are what you will be getting exposed to, and this is why this technology becomes important for you to know that what we are doing and what you will be trained on. And because even for the other startups where we are helping them build their products, more or less similar kind of a stack is being used. So these are the stacks toward which most of the new products or the new platforms which are being built are based on.
Perfect. Thanks, Manindra. So guys, why do you really care about this? You need to care about this only for one purpose, right? These are the open source tech stack, it is called, right? And then there is a Microsoft, and there are other platforms where you have the closed versions of it. So this is in general what the world is moving towards, open source. And why do you really care? Because these are the technology trends which are shaping the world. Now this slide is primarily this, and the next slide is primarily taken from the research that McKinsey has done. And I used to do the similar research in my past life with IDC, how the technology are shaping our world and why do we really care about the technology. So let's look at what was the world before pre-pandemic and what is the world after pandemic. I mean, we are still running through the pandemic, but in last 2 years, you see the acceleration of technology has gone up significantly. The adoption of technology has gone up significantly. My parents, who were never interested in touching the apps, have been started ordering their grocery from the app now. Right? They have started using Uber, ordering through apps. So the technology is getting integrated as part of our life. So these are the 10 technologies that are identified by McKinsey that are shaping next 20, 30 years of our future. So let me quickly go through some of them. Automation is what is happening around the world, whether it is industrial IoT, where I'm not sure how many of you following Tesla, they have a significant amount of their manufacturing line or the assembly line completely managed by the robots. So robot process automation is happening across the industries, not only on the manufacturing line or on the production line, but also inside the corporate world. 3D, 4D is shaping up how the printing and manufacturing is happening. All of you are aware how 5G is affecting the whole world, right? Everyone is working towards launch of 5G. How IoT, so IoT, I used to be IoT expert in my past life. So all the devices are now getting connected to the digital world. So we are having an increasing convergence of physical and digital world, which is called phygital, which will evolve in next 2-3 decades, where everything physical is going to be part of a digital world as well. Some of you may be aware of Decentraland. People are selling real estate for millions of dollars on Decentraland and similar type of metaverse kind of environment. Then on the other side, there is a cloud and edge computing. Now, cloud computing, you all are aware, is actually changing the mainframe, the evolution of mainframe to client server architecture to now the cloud architecture. That is where the world is moving towards it. Edge computing, which is basically the camera sitting on the edges or on the endpoints, are becoming smarter to do face recognition as well as identifying the pattern, behavior matching, and things like that. A friend of mine is running a company that is doing a lot of AI on the edge, which is also the next generation, which is basically kind of a future technology. Computing is evolving, quantum computing is coming in. AI, as you know, is shaping up a lot of things, right? And AI includes your machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, speech and audio technologies, and things like that, right? That's the cutting edge of the technology which is affecting. A lot of you might be aware of crypto or maybe investing in crypto. So what does it work on? It's a blockchain. The blockchain is creating the trust architecture, the trust infrastructure for the world to do business or a transaction without getting worried who is on the other side, because that is a trusted network that is created. The software is actually also becoming much more no code or low code, where you don't have to do the kind of programming that we used to do almost 15 years back or 20 years back, when we were developing C program or C++ program and developing the macros and micros in unique servers. Now the IDEs are available, the components are available, you can pull together and put a software very fast. That's how the world is evolving. But these are all the industry technologies or industry agnostic trends which are happening, and there are industry specific trends that are happening. So mechanics, right? The entire biocomputing is happening, where the technologies like CRISPR is modifying the DNA. There is the next generation materials which are evolving. The world is moving towards nanomaterials so that it becomes much more light to use, and the materials which are already in abundance in the mother earth are getting experimented on. Clean technologies, you know, the entire world is moving towards it, right? EV is the next big thing. People are moving because of the climate change. The world in next 20-30 years would be moving away from the fossil fuel to be more on the lithium ion batteries or hydrogen, green hydrogen. Yesterday, India has announced a green hydrogen policy, yesterday or day before yesterday. And there's a huge incentive given to a lot of the manufacturing firms who would be investing in the green technologies, or whether it is green hydrogen, whether it is solar renewable energies, or even lithium ion battery or sulfur ion battery and things like that. So the world is changing, right? The technologies are evolving. What the world was 10-20 years back will be a very different world in next 10-20 years back. But why do you really care about it? I mean, it's okay, it has been evolving. Why should you care? The reason you should care, because once you enter the job market, the jobs are changing, right? The automation will actually make 50% of work activities will be automated in 2025. Can you imagine the kind of people who will become unemployed because of this in next 5 to 10 years? They need to be reskilled. They need to build their skill set in areas and technologies where things will be very different. For example, Amazon has actually automating, putting robots on their warehouses. So people who used to do that before are getting redundant. So what Amazon is doing is training, reskilling these people to actually work with the robots and train the robots and actually manage the robots as they do their jobs. So all the reskilling is happening. The world is getting interconnected. So there was a recent announcement that Reliance is actually collaborating with SES, right, to put all the satellites to connect internet through the satellites. So the villages will get connected, right? The next frontier is moving into tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 kind of cities and villages to bring all of them on internet. And that is where the big push is. And that's where the whole world is getting connected with 5G. The expectation is that the 80% of the world will be connected. Distributed infrastructure, next generation computing is creating more than $1 trillion of value. With everything you go around, there's a computer in your hand. The phone that you use is a fantastic computer. It has integrated so many different devices. Your music devices in it, your camera is inside it, your Rolodex for calling people is there, your calendars are integrated, everything. You're carrying a computer you as you're moving around. So is applied AI and even future of programming. Even the trust architecture is proposed to have 10% of global GDP by 2027. So let me give you a number, right? Today, the global GDP is about $90 trillion. Okay. India contributes about $2 to $3 trillion in it. But if you can you imagine, and India is working towards $5 trillion economy in another 3 to 5 years time, and the world reaches to $10 trillion economy, 10% is about $10 trillion worth of business will be on a blockchain. That's a huge number. That's a big number, way bigger than India's GDP at some point of time, right? So it's all technology which is shaping up things. It is all technology which is within us, around us, and defining our future as the world is evolving. This is true for even your clean technologies. 75% of global energy will be renewables by 2050. And it has to be if the world wants to survive, if the planet Earth continues to grow, because the rate at which methane is, or the greenhouse gases are released in the atmosphere, the world will actually be not there after 30, 50 years time if it continues over the period of time. Not 30, I think it's a bit more, maybe 50 to 100 years. That's why the world is getting very, very concerned about sustainability, very much concerned about the climate effect and things like that. So that is the reason why we all have to continuously align with the technology that is shaping our lives and keep creating value for the businesses or the industries as they are evolving. So the question that I want to ask at this time, are you also ready for this?
So Harish, before you jump into that, I just want to add a couple of things. So you guys don't have to get overwhelmed by all the numbers and all the terminology used by Harish, because if you look around, you are already surrounded by most of the things. You may not be realizing what is happening, but the fact is, if you are using Alexa or if you are using Siri, you are already surrounded by artificial intelligence. When you give an instruction to Alexa to switch on your AC, you are already connected with IoT. All the artificial intelligence, all the voice recognition, everything, it's already happening. Even during this pandemic, especially Harish is from Singapore, so I will give you an example of Singapore itself. During the pandemic and lockdown, the streets of Singapore were manned by robots, not by the humans, because it was a lockdown and they were not supposed to be on the roads. But the security purpose, the roads were to be manned and they were done by robots. So everything is happening around. The important thing is here, the question that you should be asking is, do you have the skills to survive and to grow in the ever-changing world, the digital world, which is happening right now, right in front of your eyes right now? Forget about 20 years or 10 years from now. It's happening today. You are already surrounded by a lot of artificial intelligence and machine learning stuff. You may not be realizing, but behind the scene, underline, that is exactly what is happening. And you have to upgrade your skills. And if you want to be employable and survive in this world, in the coming world, you have to focus and put your effort in upgrading your skills. And this is the technology. This is what your focus should be. Yeah, that's it.
So one of the very common example which you should always think, and we all are so addicted to, is our phone. Facebook, Google, all of them are using machine learning to understand your behavior and give you targeted ads. So we are the product for the big tech companies because we don't know what they are doing. Correct? So the AI is already there, is getting matured, is becoming smarter. And we also need to catch up with AI to understand how it is manipulating us, and how do world create more ethical AIs so that humans and AI both can exist in together. So with that, can I request Snehal ma'am to launch the poll and see, and let's see, and please share the result. How many people are ready for these kind of technologies or the future world as it is evolving?
Harish sir,
Yeah.
I have posted one message on your WhatsApp. Please check that message. I request you.
All right. Just give me a minute. I need to stop this. Okay. On the WhatsApp. Okay. So Zoom link.
Is it possible? Sir, can I share the link?
Yeah,
Within
should be
few
fine.
minutes?
Yeah,
It should be fine now.
Yeah.
Okay. Just wait for 5 minutes, sir. I will
Sure.
share.
All right. Otherwise, I think we can do it later. We can skip it for now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, so that should be fine. Cool. So I wanted to get your input. So I think we can do hands raising, right? All of you have emojis there. You have the emojis, right? Let me ask you a question. And how many of you should be able to raise? I want to see how many of you are actually can answer the question honestly. Okay. Is that fine? Yes, no?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thanks for participation. I really enjoy interacting with everyone. So, so please come forward, participate. The first question is, do you have relevant skills to survive and grow in the high-tech world, which is what we talked about? Please raise your hands. Let's see how many we see. Okay. 3 hands I can see right now. All right. So I would presume the majority is saying probably no. Okay. Thank you, guys. My second question is, are you inclined to give your best to learn these high-tech skills to become relevant for the industry? You guys can raise your hand. How many of you are inclined? Okay, that is good. Quite a good number. All right. Nice. So I would say about 50% and odd are quite inclined to learn, which is quite a decent number for us. That's a very good thing to know. Thank you, guys. Because the world is, like Mahindra earlier said, is embracing AI, and our skills are the skills that really matter for us to grow in this world, right? So that's where we have to start embracing AI, and that's where we started doing some of these programs, and we are introducing the talent development program to give you a bit more understanding about what it is. So today is a briefing session, the first session on a Zoom call for the students to understand what we are trying to do and how we are going to build it. Is some of the process clearly defined in this. It is done in collaboration with the 5 leading science colleges in Nagpur. And we really want to give opportunity to this pool of students to get their hands-on advanced technologies, which are like Python, React, Angular, advanced Java, and things like that, which are shaping the world. So what we will be having is, after this briefing call, I will show a screen where you will get some details on the screening, we will be planning to do it. We are planning to do it tomorrow. We'll be running a test, online test for all of you to go through. It's a 1-hour test only. You all have to join the Zoom call, do the test in front of us, and then your results will be coming soon. Then we'll have an interview session where we get to know you personally, and then we'll select a group of a cohort which will undergo training. Then they also get hands-on experience on some of the projects what we are doing on our platform and our partners companies as well. Based on the experience of the training and their performance, they will be offered internship in which their performance will be observed. We'll be helping them, mentoring them to actually do better, improve their skill sets, and post that they will have an opportunity to get a job. So initially it started with Homzhub, but we have got interest from other IT services companies, some of them in Nagpur, who would be interested in evaluating this pool of students to also look for, to place them a job in their companies as well. So this program will continue to evolve. This is close to 3 to 5 months program to finish everything from end to end and get a final job. What it demands, it has 2 expectations, and which is very much needed. So guys, we need people to be committed to this rigorous training. This is not for everyone. This is only for people who are committed to be successful. These are people who are hungry to learn. These are people who are passionate about technology. These are the people who really want to participate in this technology evolution and also get their share of pie as the technology is creating value around them and in lives of people as well, and the industries. So the commitment is needed, and obviously to participate, not to as well as to do the assignment and do well in the evaluation. What are the benefits that you get? You get to learn new advanced technologies, you get hands-on experience on the live projects. At the same time, you get a high likelihood of getting jobs within Homzhub as well as in the partner network in which we are trying to create. Our focus is that everyone going through this should find some relevant skill that can help them find a job or get a job within the network of the IT service company. So that is our goal with which we are starting this first pilot program at a mass level to launch. So what are we going to do? So basically, we'll have the test, like I said earlier, tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is a Zoom meeting. Please take a picture of this or write down the meeting ID, and you can join at 11 a.m. Sharp. So please make sure we are very punctual about the timing. So please be there so we can get started with the test. And this is a normal test. You can easily be able to do it. And then the screening process will start from there. So with that, I will stop talking, and we will open up for question and answer session for all the participants to share their queries or any inputs they have. We are happy to answer. Manindra, you want to add anything?
No, Harish, I'm good. Let's hear what the participants have to say. If they have questions, we'll be very happy to answer that, clarify any doubts that they might have. And when we wrap up, we'll add our final points.
Okay, great. Thank you. So guys, everyone has taken that. Should I stop sharing my screen? You can also reach out to your coordinators in your colleges to if you are not able to get this as well, and or you can also drop us an email at info@homzhub.com in case you have any confusion or doubt about this test or the program. So meanwhile, I'll just stop it for now and see if you would like to If anyone has any questions, anyone wants to share their experience, anything.
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
Trupti, you have raised the hand, please.
Trupti, please enable your video and audio. You are on mute, so we won't be able to hear you. Snail ma'am,
Yes. Kapre madam, make Trupti unmute.
Okay, in the meantime, anyone else having any question, you can raise your hand and ask.
or you can put in chat as well. We can start answering in chat.
Students who are not able to unmute yourself, you can post your queries in the chat box.
Trupti, am I audible to you? Trupti, are you there?
Ma'am, I think she has raised that hand for the 2 questions which sir has asked.
Okay, then I think Trupti, if you have question, please put in the chat box. Yeah. Anyone else has any question, folks?
Sir, on behalf of student, actually, I just want to ask question.
Yes, Dilip sir.
How the test will be conducted?
Online, we will give the link. They have to go and then complete the test. It will be some 20 odd questions for them to actually go through in about an hour. And it's open book. They can go and search. Manindra can add few other things.
Yeah, so it's more on the comprehension skills, because all we want to understand is whether the guys can read and understand the things or not. So I will give you some example. It will be like there will be an article, a technical article, which you will be given. You'll have to read that article and answer the question based on that article itself. It's an open book. You can Google. In fact, one of the section is about Googling, whether you can find the right answer or not. So you can phone a friend, ask anyone other than us, of course. You can ask anyone, phone a friend, read. You have around 22 odd questions to answer in an hour. You have to read. It's all about, there will be some sample programs in C or C++, and you have to just explain what this program is doing, nothing else. You don't have to write anything. You just have to read, understand, and answer the question based on those. Does that answer your question, Dilip sir?
Sir, one question from student is that is the question is tomorrow's test MCQ based or not?
Yes, it is a MCQ.
Okay. Any other question?
Sir, again from student side, actually, I want to just ask you, which students are eligible for this?
So technically, anyone and everyone who has a passion for coding is eligible. We are not restricting anyone in terms of this thing. Even if it is like, I mean, no streams, nothing like that. If you are passionate about coding, come and join and participate this.
Just to add to Harish's answer, sir, this program is for anyone who wants to build a career in IT industry. Anyone who is serious about building a career in IT industry, because there are several students who come to take a degree and then probably look for a government job or have their own business or something. But if you're serious about having a career into IT industry, then you are most welcome. If you're serious, doesn't matter which year you are, whether you have already passed out or whether you are still a final year student or even first year student, or for in fact, for that matter, any stream. If you are passionate about programming, building a career in IT industry, this program is for them.
Sir, what I understood that any student, that means whether it belong to arts faculty, commerce, or maybe from science, so all are eligible. And again, you said that first year student also eligible, right? First year, second year, final year.
The preferred student will be who need immediate help, like final year or just immediate pass outs,
Alumni.
who are alumni, who are looking for job. First year students still have a long way to go because they still have to complete their basic understanding to come to this level. Understand that there is an important thing is here we are going to teach the advanced technologies. So unless they understand the basic, they will not be able to understand what we are trying to teach them. So,
So one of the qualification as well, Dilip sir, is people should have done some coding in their lives. We are not going to teach them basics. We are not going to teach them basic Java or basic. We expect them to know.
Yeah.
And if they know and they have done some kind of a coding, then we will be able to take them to the next level.
Okay.
Right, which is what I think majority of the people in their colleges have done. Maybe basic Java, basic C, C++, something has been done, right? So if they have a basic knowledge, then we will take them to the next level. We won't be able to impart the basic knowledge at this stage.
Yes, fine.
Yeah.
So some of the questions are there in the chat box mentioning what will be the mode and time of period for internship program if we get selected for it, as they are appearing the last semester of their PG.
So by the time I think the last semester will be over, they have to come like full time for at least 2 to 3 months, work with the company and do the internship, where they are working with as a part of a team, understanding the projects, because it is live project, right? We cannot afford to pass the live project unless the team, he or she is a part of a team. And then somebody is overseeing and helping them, grooming them, mentoring them, nurturing them, so they can perform and do better. So
just to add to what Harish said, ma'am, we prefer the candidate, especially during the internship, to be on premise in the office. For the two things, we are not just trying to groom them on the technology, but we also try to build that professionalism inside the candidates to survive in the industry. So coming to office on time, attending the scheduled meeting on time, all those which is required to be a professional, that comes when you start coming to office and you do sit down with the team, interact with team, understand how a team culture works, what it is about working with the team rather than working individually.
So we give them the real life work experience, right? I mean, that's the whole idea.
So some students are concerned about where the link will be shared for tomorrow's test.
I just shared in the chat box.
Okay. One more question, where the training location will be and what would be the office premises for the training?
So depending on how many people we select, Mamta ma'am, we will either do online training and then we will help them with the projects. It's all online going to be. But if the group is small, then they will come to our office in Nagpur. Yeah. Any other question?
Sir, one question from Shivani Umre. She wants to know whether she get the live recording of this today's session or not.
Ma'am, you will be sharing, right? You'll be putting on YouTube, right? You can put, that's fine. You can share the link with everyone. Whoever wants, they should be able to access it.
And sir, one more interesting question is that one student wants to ask if he or she may have a zero knowledge about any particular technical language, so will be able to join tomorrow's test or not. 0% knowledge. In the chat box she writes, if I have a 0% knowledge regarding any subject, So is it possible to join tomorrow's test?
So
Means, will you allow?
tomorrow's test, they definitely can appear, and even with the 0% knowledge, because there will be a means before they join the actual program, there will be some basic material that we will be sharing for them to study, come up to speed, appear for a short MCQ type of test, so that we understand their level, at what level they stand. Accordingly, our training program will be planned. So if they can do it in a month and come up and give a test, we'd be more than happy to help.
Okay. One more question is from Shivani Panchal. She wants to know what is the minimum passing marks for tomorrow's test.
So we are a believer of skills. Even if you failed in your college and still can do coding, we are fine with it. We don't care about that. See, I mean, we lived in US. We have seen people who have dropped out from colleges and they are fantastic programmers, right? Everyone has a strength, and we want to identify that strength in that person, and people who are passionate about coding, technology, software development, and they have done something, they all are invited. So no minimum marks, no nothing, no criteria. As long as you know you are passionate, you can do something in technology, you can build software, and ready to join a company. If you get through in next 3 to 6 months, then you all are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Great.
Any more question?
Good afternoon, sir. This is Pinky Gidwani from Faculty of SFS College, Computer Science Department. Actually, we are having a course BCCA, that is Bachelor of Computer Science in Commerce. So they are having internship project. So deadline for completion of their project is 30th April. If they get selected, will that project will be completed in that duration?
So internship will not start, madam, until April for us, because they have to go through the training of about 4 to 6 weeks. So our internship will start after that.
Okay, actually their exam will be in the month of May. So in that they have to show the report. Now, whatever they have did, they have to show the report. But if it is not start, then they will not be able to submit the report then.
No, so our internship is more of a live project, Pinky ma'am. So it's all about for them to actually learn the real life skills. Less of the internship for the college. It's more of learning real life skills, understanding real life projects, challenges, constraints, issues, and things like that. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Okay.
Any more question?
Snell ma'am, it will be possible for you to send out, I think after you get from Dilip sir as well, the participant list and all the lists that you have, you can send all of them the screening link. I will share with you for tomorrow, 11 a.m. and the recording link as well. And whoever are interested, want to continue, will join tomorrow's call.
Okay, I will definitely share you, sir. Link of registration student. No, you require?
Yeah.
Registration. Okay, I will share you. I will make you collaborator for that form, sir. So you will directly able to access that link.
Gotcha. Great. Then if there are no more questions, I think we are good.
Okay.
Great. Thank you very much. I highly appreciate Snail madam, Mamta madam, Dilip sir, Pooja madam and Shweta madam for all your help. And thank you all the students who have joined. I hope we have given you some insights, some also knowledge about how the world is evolving, and also a desire to do something in the advanced technology as the tech is evolving around us. So we look forward to most of you to be participating in the test tomorrow, and we take it forward from there.
Okay. Thank you, Harish sir. Without spending so much time Now I would like to invite Dr. Bahete Madam to propose a formal vote of thanks. Over to you, Madam.
Thank you, Dr. Naroy ma'am. On behalf of team of Technical Talent Development Program, I extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Harish Taori, CEO and founder, Homzhub, Mr. Manindra Tiwari, Head Technology and Products, Management and Directors of all the collaborative institutions who are organizing today's program, Principal Dr. Akhilesh Peshwe, MP Dev Dharampeth Memorial Dharampeth Science College, Dr. Satish Kumar Sharma, Head Postgraduate Teaching Department, Electronics and Computer Science, RTMNU Nagpur, Dr. Prashant Sheke, Officiating Principal, Hislop College, Nagpur, Dr. Mahendra Dhore, Principal, Sri Shivaji Science College, Nagpur, Dr. K.T. Thomas, Principal, SFS College, Nagpur, my fellow colleagues, Dr. Snehal Nare, Head Department of Computer Science, MP Dev Memorial Dharampeth Science College, her staff, Mrs. Ruma Kapre, Dr. Shweta Barhate, PGTT Department, RTMNU Nagpur, Dr. Dilip Sadhankar, Head TNP SFS Nagpur, Dr. Pooja from Shivaji Science, Mrs. Rupa Rajkumari, my colleague. I extend my heartfelt thanks to each one of you for sparing your valuable time, contributing in technical and non-technical support, and a best initiative that Harish sir as an alumni, he has taken and created a bridge between an academician and an industry. So I hope most of the students will encash this opportunity and just travel over this bridge and reach to the maximum heights they can achieve. Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time and guiding our students and enlightening them about what the current trends are, what the current scenario is, and how they can create their existence in such a great way. Thank you so much, sir. Team Homzhub for being there for us.
Thank you very much, Mamta ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
We look forward to working with all of you, ma'am and sir, and make this initiative successful and beneficial for all the students. That's our goal.
Yeah, thank you, sir. We also have a very keen desire